welcome back to another live video. It's your girl, yours truly, one ABR News TV. And coming up in this live, we see some of them are holla, some are ball. And we're talking about the latest arrested and charged persons from the SSL multi-billion dollar fraud saga, as well as this current administration boasts of, murder being down to 666, the mark of the beast, as of December 27, 2025. And we're approximately 1 day away basically from a brand new year. So one more day left in 2025. I want to take the time out before I dive any deeper into this to big up all my ABR members. Much respect to everybody. Big up all the moderators on the platform and everybody who will come across this live video or this rebroadcast. Big up yourself, my brother O'Neill Blake, Donna, what's the last name? Craigny. Big up yourself, Anthony. Big up yourself, Anthony. So we see the latest happenings in the whole twist, as them say. Sandy J, big up yourself, Mrs. As it relates to this SSL saga here. Fleece, robbery, skanker of approximately 5 billion Jamaican dollars. We know that some 200 and odd persons, investors, were fleeced, and the latest arrest came on the 27th basically of December, ending 2025 basically on an all-time low with this low trust government. So the three that were arrested and charged on Saturday early in the wee hours of the morning were the former director, his daughter, and a former CEO of the Stocks and Securities Limited. Now, on that very same weekend, we know say bail run, station bail run, in the sum of $1 million each. Now, remember the figure where we are say robbed from SSL, Alman Zone, big up yourself, my member. Approximately 5 billion. So, I don't think the 1 million bail they justify. I mean, I say with the magnitude of the fraud, multi-billion dollar fraud, why, station bail was granted. But then, we don't hear an argument as to a Gene and Panton. But as the Honorable former Prime Minister in our PJ Patterson stated, if them things say we believe say a Gene and Panton alone take so much money out of a company that is not hers, that she's not a shareholder of, the earth is flat. Then people are going to believe say the earth is flat. And so when we look now, the latest findings after them get bail and all of that, the former CEO, Zachary Harding, declares innocence, denies wrongdoing following the charges. So make me ask him something now, even though them say in the court of law, everybody is innocent until proven guilty. So if him come out and a cry, a bawl, a holler of his innocence after this man arrested and charged, him a bawl, a say him innocent and he denies all wrongdoings. With the massive amount of case file and all those documents that was placed on the former director of public prosecution desk and his current DPP desk, which she stated since the 15th of December that more persons should be arrested and charged. And them come do it now. A whole heap of way I say a smoke screen, because we want to hear say them prosecuted. Not just arrested and charged, we want to hear say them prosecuted. Right? So if he might come out on a ball despite his arrest and charges and been given bail, and they should appear in court on the 26th of January 2026. The man said, I'm innocent of all wrongdoings, but I am stating that Gene and Panton could have said so. Many other youths will get dirtied and will fall in the realms of the system, and the justice system have done them poorly. Even Mr. Williams, where the judge have recently awarded $120 million, and the government said it too excessive. He not deserve so much. They're willing to give him $6 million. After 50 years imprisoned, denied of a trial. Many other youths, many other persons can cry of their innocence. But as we stated, are two Jamaicans, and we see one for the rich and one for the poor. How can this man, that was a former CEO, them know how the people and money go? That is the point that I am trying to get at. All of a sudden, all of them were implicated. We heard it from one current councillor over there in St. Anne's, What did I say? As well as even Royal Reid stating about he's a free agent. The people them say them a free agent and walking around nonchalant, no caring of the world. Them say them not do nothing wrong. So we, the well-thinking Jamaicans, even though we have no faith in the justice system, we want to see how all of this are going to pan out and play out. Because we are watching right, We have been hearing all sort of information circulating in the media space. Right? And so I want to read a little bit more from this article here from The Gleaner. Businessman and former chief executive officer, the CEO of the failed investment firm Stocks and Securities Limited, Zachary Harding, is declaring his innocence following his arrest and charge by investigators probing the alleged multi-billion-dollar fraud at the company. Harding, the SSL founding director Hugh Croskery and Croskery's daughter Sarah Meany were on Saturday arrested and charged with breaching key laws governing the financial sector, the Financial Investigation Division reported. And I still cannot understand why is it that them are the chief personnel or was the chief personnel at the time of SSL, but yet still, each of these recently arrested and charged persons got only 6 counts of charges, but Gene and Panton got 22. Anybody did I read into it down that line? Wanna think that is fair? Big up yourself, Empress Norma. Wanna think that is fair? O'Neill Blake says, when I read all the breaches, I wonder how was this company able to go on without a license? Not my words. If you read the charges them for yourself, you will understand. And most of them charges here come with some form of fine. So what they want to tell we then say, it's just a slap on the wrist and them are going to just pay the fine and get us scot-free? And we must sit down with that and not say anything. We are still demanding for them to release the Kroll report. They stated they couldn't release the Kroll report at a certain time back then because it might have some form of implications on the investigation. Now that these persons were arrested and charged, why can't they release the Kroll report now? $192 million of our taxpaying dollars paid for that report. So why isn't the report now public so that the taxpayers who foot that bill can get to see the contents of that report? Why them hide even the SSL report? Why are they hiding and only giving us a fraction of even the FinSAC report? Release all of it. We still are calling for the beneficiaries list. We want to know who benefited, because all them do are go around and a chat this and a chat that, and all of a sudden them many are these persons the latest to be charged are friends of Mark Golding, and they try to intertwine everybody in a them bangarang. But the elephant in the room with them for address, them not addressing it. This government has failed miserably, and we are wondering why so much secrecy. Why the secrecy after we, the taxpayers, foot the bill? So I saw it going to continue to be a free-for-all where everybody can come in and sweeten them pocket and fatten them pocket and just go about them merry way. And still crying of their innocence. So what happened to the 200 and odd investors' money? If the former CEO is claiming that he is not in any breach of any former wrongdoing, who are we to blame? Bless up yourself, Serene Soul. How can they operate so long without a license? Who gave the go-ahead from the FSC for lift all of the directives where them did for follow? Where them did basically flagged under PNP administration. Do I agree? Big up yourself, my brother. Same friends and Kumbalo of this Jamaica Labour Party. We know the former person, the former chairperson at FSC. And if FSC is the regulatory body to ensure, say, these people are managing people money, using people money to invest, they're supposed to have a financial license. So how is it that them get to operate, continue operation? Some of these persons were key players back then, were caused and created the 90s meltdown, but nobody not talk about that. They're just so concerned about all the stupid arguments with them here. Oh, Mark Golding got rich from FinSAC, a prominent lawyer, big investor, big businessman where they have him money from before. That is all them little twisted brain can be thinking about and concerned with. Some can really go so? The man a cry for him innocence. So why can't Panton cry for the same? Why is it that Panton is still behind bars, or wherever them have Panton after 2 years, almost 3 years now? With 22 counts of charges, and the former prosecutor seemed to want it to move ahead with prosecuting only one person. Something can really go so? We continue to watch the ride. We are continue to watch them, because if them things say them are going to get way off holding them accountable as it even relates to this whole recovery and relief process, it not going to work. Big up yourself, sis Celine Browning. Good afternoon to everybody who's just joining the live. Please to like and share out the live. Them a try them hardest. When them not say Mark Golding is not a Jamaican, them come now all of a sudden. After them blame the 90s meltdown upon the People's National Party, and because they were in government, they accepted the blame, so to speak, and they tried to fix it as much as possible. So what is different now that under this administration, them dropped the ball many times? Corruption rife, scandal after scandal under this government. But now, a Mark Golding friend them. Something can go, sir? Something can really go, sir? I don't understand. Sometimes I have to wonder the psyche of the people and make them have sense when they talk, especially the labor rights them. I mean, usually say to myself, I say, no man, all of them can't stupid. Then that's why them battle for them mind. And that's why the man battle for them mind and wrap them up, That is why the man battle for them mind, because he knows that them don't have one drop of sense and people deal with you according to how them think of you. You understand? Definitely so. Bradley Cole, pick up yourself. We need to see the contents of the Kroll report. Serene says, I believe Jean is in protective custody. Of course. Of course, I'm going to protect her to the T. Jean can turn around to be a crown witness in all of this. You understand? Jean can come flap them. Big up yourself, sis Monica. Jean can come round, come be a support to the prosecutor. We need to weed out the high levels of corruption in our country. We need them to go. All of those who are involved in fleecing and robbing and thieving and stealing from tax coffers and stealing from investors and other people who worked hard for their money, they must all go to prison. Same like how them would have come bangle up me and you. And I'm still perturbed at how the man just walk out. So, somebody mentioned it to me and I said, when I see how Krasker walk out, to go towards the police vehicle. No handcuff, nothing at all. So only go for go arrest people and no handcuff. No understand that. And then he might walk out in this big orange shirt. Yeah. I must say that's why they might try to pin it from PNP now. So the 90s was PNP fault and now SSL are PNP fault. When PNP flagged them people here. And requested so much from them. And under this administration, them lift up everything. And give the man them to go ahead to continue the business with people money. And one man could have no say, yeah, if you come take out film, look money out there. Not even look money, big money. 143,000 US, a big money. More than 20,000 out of that. Not from the criminal, let me know, but me I say. You know? Out of many, big up yourself, out of many says this is just another well-read case. My God. That is our next saga deal, so now. From 2019 and trial just a starting at 2025. Now the trial can't wrap up. With so many witnesses. So many evidence of the whole heap of fraud will take place. Who not write check calling a driver name. Providing meal. Who for run gone work, so them gone work at IMF. They all need to come back, and no matter how much immunity them have under the IMF, them need to shoot them out. But these are some of the things where we don't want the Jamaican people, man, I say, look closely, no, man, and look what we are showing, no, man. The things them can be proven. We are not saying social media warriors are perfect. But we do research and we analyze the thing. And I keep saying that this administration should have never get a third term. Them say the third term are for uno, but yet still not a ball for water. The man said the third term are for uno, but you not a ball and a cry for water. How does that make any sense? I'm going to pull up back a piece of clipping here. So where he spoke out 9 months ago, April of this year, he spoke out. And here's what Anju always had to say. I want to know for follow, you know.
Our people see our democracy and how a change in how our people see our democracy and how we deliver the goods of the democracy. Because that is what democracy must do. It must deliver prosperity. water in your home is prosperity. Because you make that connection. You vote for water in your home. And what it has turned out to be, this use of your vote for prosperity, is that sometimes you use the vote in a way that is not quite rational. A big trick has been played on all of you. And that trick is that you were led to believe that the government can deliver water, road, security, health care, housing, education without a strong economy. A change in how people...
Them say Eli now no manners. What kind of manners Eli if you have to know? No one at all, Serene Sue, must vote for water or road or light. A right down damn shame. Nobody in this day and age should make no politician at all promise them any water, any road, or any light. Those necessities should not be a privilege. It's not a privilege. Road, water, and light are one must. One must have. So whether or not when give them a vote, one must have those things. And you are so right, Almanzoni. Enough of them will sit down on a chair and a clap. Them don't have no water. This is the second protest where them are protest in less than 2 weeks. And they are calling out the MP. And one lady in the back says, the man kissing teeth and hang up him phone. What them want we to do about that? What them want social media warriors to do about that? If them MP can kiss him teeth and hang up him phone, as the lady stated. Where them want social media work, where them want other well-thinking Jamaicans for do? Come down there, come give them water, buy water, give them. Then I hear Anju say, up in April gone, they have been tricked. Been tricked. Marjorie Lewis, blessings. Tricked to the T. No, sir. We can't make this up. Not my words. Anju words. Anju Siso. But I came across this video yesterday and I want you to pay close attention. Listen to every word and analyze what this gentleman is saying.
Is a kind of team sport where the only goal is for our side to win. But a long, long time ago, we often treat politics as a kind of team sport where the only goal is for our side to win. But a long, long time ago, Plato argued that if we want politics to work, then we have to put every candidate through a 2-part test before they get anywhere near the ballot box. For Plato, leadership shouldn't be seen as a prize to be won, but rather a public duty and a responsibility. Plato said that before we give anybody the wealth, the status, and the power of office, they need to answer these 2 questions. First, are you willing to put the public's interest ahead of your own? This sounds simple, but the politician doesn't stop being a human when they are given a title, and all humans care about themselves and their loved ones, at least to some extent. But Plato argues that to be a good leader means putting the country's interests above your own, even if it costs you your wealth, your reputation, and your ego. If there's even a whiff of self-interest, you should be disqualified. And the second question is, are you willing to serve the whole public and not just your supporters? Plato hated factionalism, and he thought that any politician who looks after only those who elected them or those who gave them money isn't a politician, they are a factionalist. Plato argued that a good leader needs to fight just as fiercely for those who didn't vote for them as those who did. So if we subjected the politicians of today to these questions, how many do you think would survive them? And who do you think was the last great leader who embodied both of these? We often treat politics as a kind of team.
Some of them are not serving the interests of the people. Want to hear that? Before we think of putting or vote against any ballot, we must ask ourselves two questions. What are we putting these people in governance for? Are they willing to put the public's interest ahead of their own? When we think of a man like the one we say him are the Prime Minister of our country. Be a self-interest. The man operate businesses in the height of a COVID-19 pandemic. The businesses, as the IC stated, no tax filed. Hundreds of millions passing through accounts upon accounts. I believe if you're the government and if you're at the helm of governance, what time you have to operate other businesses when you're supposed to serve the people? You're supposed to put your self-interest on the back because you say you put yourself forward to serve the people of the country. We don't want a self-serving people. What is the other question? Are you willing to serve the whole public and not just your supporters? Oftentimes we heard people giving their testimony. We've seen videos. Some of these very same members of parliament, politicians, only serve the people and will vote for them. Only serving their supporters. When we look upon the new housing, the new social housing program where they set them up and them are give out 1-1 or 2-2 structure. And the camera team we have for there, the whole film team we have for there behind them. I'm going to say it already and I can say it again. I bet my best dollar. Most of all them are give those housing affiliated and are supporters of the Jamaica Labour Party. That is how nasty they play. And they keep coming and telling people about election time over, election this, and even when you voice legit concerns of the things and the injustices with them are put out on the people, all they can come and tell you, oh, one she come on a platform yesterday. You seems as if you're carrying some form of feelings from the election. I say I don't carry feelings, no money in feelings. I don't carry feelings. Why should I carry feelings over election? So despite the cries of the people and despite even how the government is managing the whole relief process, they still want to come and say, when you voice out your concerns and you're speaking on behalf of the people, not a party, you're speaking on behalf of the people, they might tell you, say, yeah, carry feelings for election. Something can go so nobody not supposed to say anything about this man where say him supposed to serve the people and not the other way around. So it seems as if him put himself where him is so him can do as him please and do as him like and nobody must say anything. Them don't need no opposition to hold them accountable. They don't need no well-thinking Jamaicans to hold them accountable. They only need their supporters so the man work and serve only him supporters them. But even the supporters them will support them are crying a ball. Quite a few persons who support the ABR News TV, them dip on the ground in Jamaica, left from England, them left from America, them left from all other places in the diaspora, and them dip on the ground And where them go and see for themselves the reality of what is on the ground. And them a call me and I say, ABR, even the labor rights them a cry, but even if them have it dead, they will not admit the wickedness of this administration. They will not. They will not. Them say them spend over 225 million on care packages and people are asked, where? The care package is less than even in the whole festive season here. So when me think say them should have roll out even more now. People still leaving from the inner deep rural parts of even the western side, coming on the main, and the people them still asking and seeking for help. But the Prime Minister says he understands that rain is falling and wetting them up, and that the sun is coming back out to dry them. But they are doing some bureaucratic process, and them are put procurement systems in place. So January, before they will start to release some housing grants, because they have not completed, even after 2 months, they have not completed their assessment. Something can go so. Josie, big up yourself. Kevin Blair, I will send you the video of the year. Glenn Samuels, big up yourself. PW. Automany says, in my opinion, the diaspora should stop supporting in Jamaica and let them bear the consequences. But at some point, the diaspora are going to have to take a step back, because the people in the diaspora, them have them bills to pay, them have them rent, whether you own or about to own, you have mortgage, them have for them livelihood, for take care of them, have them pity them to look after too. Right? So you're not going to expect the charity them are going to do the right throughout. The government needs to do what the government should do. You understand? Moving right along from that, we see now where they are basically boasting about, murder rates being down. And this data comes from the Gleaner. And it says Jamaica is closing out the year with a dramatic fall in murders, recording a 42% fall in murders as of the 52 weeks, with 666 killings. They said it's the lowest number recorded since 1994. They said during that year, some 690 people were killed. But we are going to dig, or we are going to dive a bit deeper into all of this. Right? And so I just want to show you here the murder comparison over the last 10 years. From 2015 to 2025. So you can take a look. It might look backwards, but I'm going to read it out. Is the angle from my camera. So for 2025, they said 1,209. 2016, 1,354 murders. That's a plus 21.6% increase from 2016. 2017, 1,647. 2018, 1,289. 2019, 1,340. 2020, 1,333. 2021, 1,474. 2022, 1,508. 2023, 1,393. 2024, 1,141. And 2025, as of the 27th of December, is 666. I see some people say the mark of the beast, eh? This is money really need to go, because all of a sudden murder rate down and they are 666. Why under FEMA administration it would have to fall to 666? And they're saying that is a 41.6, or roughly, we could round it off, 42% decline. But what many are failing to understand is that this is over 10-year comparison. Remember, say, under his government, and I calculated all of these years under his tenure. It's still the most in any two-term government. And when I calculated all of these, I got 13,145 murders. When I did the average, I divided all of this by 10, and I got 1,314. That's the average on the theme built on the theme tenure. But yet still they branded, or the JLPFM, one of their so-called activists, branded a PJ Patterson as the murder prime minister. When under PJ 14 years tenure, him not past 13,000 murders. And so this decline with them a show, we say 42% decline is compared to this first year where it rise under his administration still. So this 42 where them a talk about decline is from this. So when you compare this to down here, so of course it will be 42%. That is why they are using the numbers to try and trick the people. So what is he saying to us then? That a police state is what is pushing, or constantly pushing for. When we look and we see the murder rate from the police, them climb past 290 at the last time I checked. Police fatalities was 290 odd. And when we look back into the history, police state no work. Because the one them with them say, I try to maintain the peace. And them are do the most murder. They are the ones doing the most murder. And I did a little research here, so, on what is real murder. And let us look at what is real murder rate. Baseline international statistics of 2024 states a widely referenced statistic from Statista puts Jamaica's homicide rate in 2024 at 40.1% out of 100,000 people. So for every 100,000 people, approximately 40 of them murdered, and this at 2024 alone. This rate is very high by global standards. Typical global average homicide rates tends to be approximately 6 persons per 100,000 according to various international analysis. Jamaica's 2024 figure, 40 out of every 100,000, places it amongst the highest regional rates in Latin America and the Caribbean. I'm going to take a call here. Blessed day, my brother Bolo, you live?
Yeah, you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Well, I tell you, thank you for the voice note there, man.
Yes.
I mean, if you call up and I see him something, but how much people them say lost their life since the year 666?
666. When you talk about it. 666 as of the 27th of December.
No, listen to me. You cannot be serious. Tell me, say, no, this can't real. If this ends this way, every single, like this is monumental. No, this number is not a good number.
Not a good number. The mark of the beast.
Not a good number at all. Really?
That is it, my brother.
It come like orchestrated, like who plan this? There's actually one plan I never do when I was scared. I look, we just go for your life while I done my one, and I say, well, which number let me see you all up a while ago. I said, what's that way? I really 666 that.
That is it, brother.
Mighty God. People, you know, say, me get a call from our prophetess.
Mm-hmm.
And she tell me, say, Bolo, you're not thinking your commentary no more. It's at the season where God hand a move. Just play the video them and not give no commentary. Make it people them talk.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to do that. Because I felt exhausted. I felt like, how much more evidence can I put out there to show the people and the character of this government?
True.
And this man. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So in a God hand, I don't think there's really much more we can say. And I'm going to adapt your style of doing the video them, where you just put out the thing and I say much and actually make the people
interact
in the
yes.
comment section.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah man, adapt never start though. Because look for Anju and his father come out and make you know say yo, no go so.
Mm-hmm.
The man basically say him son.
You're muted, brother. Call me back when you're ready, Bolo. You're muted. So as I was reading about the real murder rate, right? So Jamaica's 2024 figure, 40 out of every 100,000 people places it among the highest regional rates in Latin America and the Caribbean. All right, I'm getting back the call. Go ahead, Bolo.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
If you could call them with a computer, I'm call it from you.
Okay.
They want some shots in them, so they move the wire have problem. But anyway, I need to get a better wire. What me I say? Your father can't come out and throw your hand at the bus like this. And we don't really hear none of the jail people them address it.
No, they will not.
Somebody needs to ask Anju. When they did tell we say they have 2 car, you started 2 car. Oh, 2 car turn 30 car in general. According to your father, you know. I lie you what you know.
And all it more did out on the wharf.
Yeah, and some more did up on the wharf. And then he say, he might have left the business and do a new business. But if you have so much car, I have 2 taxi company and so much, then I kind of other business. After that, they go in a only.
Anything is possible. We'd have to go do deeper research.
At the same time, like they have the taxi, they go invest. And they have a company where you say the loans and give out loans. And you want to making a lot of money. And you want to go from 0 to 100 real quick.
Real quick and real fast.
Where all of the money come from? Why suicide money? Who lend him the money? Why you can't tell the integrity commission where the money come from?
But if me not lying, I'm hear them say I'm going to politics with 47 million, you know.
Where 47 million?
Where 47 million come from?
When did he start politics? When did Anju want to start politics?
No, 1997.
On going there with 47 million and him couldn't pay him student loan. I refused to pay 102. When I get married, they couldn't afford a caterer. His wife, they want to turn him something in a fish fry. In marriage in a fish fry. Because 250 people coming and only 50 she didn't plan for. So she didn't want to sell tickets. Like, when I fear stories that when I struggled up to a point and she left the biscuit company and she didn't pregnant around the time and go start something else. So, Anju wants to have so much money and his wife and go through the struggle. It's just not adding up. And the only reason why I even care is because he's the prime minister.
Definitely.
The thing that I'm not bad mind about in a piece about your personal life, brother. But if there's a possibility that you owe money and or you abuse your power, right? Where the process of these procurements are concerned and these contracts are concerned, whatever possibility of corruption, we need a name clear. We need it to be a clean prime minister. Your name cannot call up with so much scandal, brother.
Definitely.
And then you want us to believe on the topic that this corrupt government and this corrupt Jamaica is seeing a decrease in murders. When the only time I will personally give credit to those numbers is when the police then stop unalive the youth because those are homicides as well. So you have to add them to the 666. When the police them, how much police them unalive?
The last time I checked was 290 something, you know.
So 290 something plus the 666. You're still gone out 1,000. You're still gone 1,000, you know. Thereabout, you know. Yeah. As a matter of fact, it's not thereabout. Yeah, almost 1,000, yeah.
And we still need to know how many persons passed during the hurricane. And even after, we need that total, we need that figure. Why are they hiding that?
I don't think the passing have anything to do with homicide.
I know. But may I say, even that they're hiding.
Oh yeah, that is true. That is true. That number is not accurate. Listen, the man is doing so much narrative. One of the narratives then is the murder rate, obviously. The other thing is the employment rate. The next thing is the numbers them after Hurricane Melissa in terms of the economy. Talking about how much percentage them actually down. Now, listen, when I listen to Rasta Hyman and these people, them can't shoot them.
Not at all.
Them something anything to do with the numbers them and the data and the economy.
The numbers them out there. Ralston Hyman quote his references one heap of time. The numbers are out there.
And the man continues to lie. And I am not saying that he's lying. The man is a liar, brother. He catch you in a too much lie now. Right? The biggest lie the man tell in a something the other day. In the last 20 to 30 years.
Yes.
Before, you couldn't get this loan. And when we look back on the history, brother, PJ, PF, IMF.
Exactly.
I said, Tata.
Bye. So we never needed to take.
How somebody that lived that history politically could come out and make a statement like that on record in Parliament for the world to hear. The man is perpetually dishonest.
Big time.
And that is serious for a prime minister to be like that, for a leader of a country to be like that. There's no fabric of integrity and none of the good seven principles them of governance and leadership in the man. The man violate all of these principles them, brother. If you lie about small things like that, what won't you lie about?
All right then.
And it is all about creating a narrative to make it appear as if the government is doing a good job. You listen to the latest thing when he addressed NWC and NSWMA?
Yes, I came across the video today, yeah. I think I came
across. You have to react to that because, my God. My God.
Terrible, man.
The
Terrible.
Man said something like that and said, the man said what? This recovery strategy and they have been so strategic. And it's going to be a case study for how to respond to this type of storm. Other countries is going to use Jamaica as an example.
But Jamaica should have long been used other country as example.
No, he's saying that Jamaica is the standard. You know, listen to something good.
Jamaica is the standard. Look here, me only listen a fragment of it. Not tell a lie.
Yeah, man, but alright. Watch out now. Me have a play for you. You know you have to hear this, man.
Go ahead.
Yeah, BOJ TV there, man. More BOJ TV and get some random clips there from one guy.
Or send me the link.
Or send her the link. Yes,
Send me
send
the
her the link. But we have a Bluetooth speaker there, so hold on.
Go ahead then, play it.
In 2026, in a year where all your dreams and aspirations come to fruition. You know, I know that some of you may have been impacted by the hurricane itself, or you may have family that is impacted. The government has been very strategic in its response, and that strategic response is not one that is without compassion. We believe that being efficient and being effective, that's the best way to show that you truly care. And how we are responding has been almost textbook. And it will be the case study for many other countries as to how to respond to managing a disaster. We have a...
You can't make that up.
You can't make up this. You can't do that anybody, man.
So why then did we have ADPEM? So them are gonna always run with the notion saying that, oh, it's the first time Jamaica has been hit with a category 5. But it's not the first country to be hit with a category 5. So we have an ADPEM where should have supposed to use those other countries as case study. Me not understand.
That's another take from it, you know. He's saying that they have done such a great job.
Lie.
That you know, these other countries will have to look to them. And I'm saying, what was the objective for their actions? What did their actions yield?
Then I eat
Is
more
it
know
people
too?
living on the tarpaulin same way after 2 months? So how is that? Aren't they going to throw out people in 24 hours
Yes.
out of shelters?
Tomorrow to be exact, yes.
This is the case study. This is how you respond to a storm. Not having a proper, not having any official shelter in Jamaica. No disaster shelter officially is in Jamaica. All these shelters are sub-shelters. Schools, all them something.
True.
So you're telling me that Jamaica is the standard for that? How to respond? How did we respond? By begging? Didn't he go to G Summit? I'm pretty much begged. And I was listening to a young lady and
respond by holding on to the resources. Remember them said them not start spending it, but yet still
115 billion US dollars we hear collectively the man them have now. And them has not spent $1 of it. And people are homeless.
We say 115 million US.
115 billion US dollars.
115 billion, that sound too much. If them a say, listen brother, if them a say 8.8 billion US, how is it then them have 115 billion? Them not should have do the things there.
Right, that is 115 billion. Well, it can't be 115 billion Jamaica.
Then
because I was listening to Shaka. And Shaka say 115 billion. He never say US.
It must be Jamaican. It must be Jamaican then.
Well, I know, calculate 3.6 billion US. How much I get?
I have the phone, I use the phone. Yeah, talk on the phone.
You realize there's something wrong.
Definitely.
You see them there, David? Do the maths about that. That do the maths. 3.6 billion. I saw them so we get from the deal, no?
Yes, that is the secured amount, yeah.
Yeah, the secured amount.
Yeah.
Alright? So 3.6 billion. But then times that by...
Go on talk, hold on. Go on talk.
Yeah, 159. You get 572 billion Jamaican dollars. So when I did that calculation, I realized that the figure that Shaka was saying of 115 billion cannot be US. It can't be US. Unless you now factor in the 3.6.
Sorry, but I'm a step away, but me that hear you. It can't be 115 billion US. It has to be Jamaican.
You say after Jamaican?
Yeah, the 115 billion have to be Jamaican.
So,
Because remember, if I the 3.6 billion USA equivalent, then it's gonna be more in a Jamaican currency.
And that me I say.
Yeah.
But alright. When Shaka said, told me here when him say I'm gonna go back to it, it's like him add everything together with him get.
Mm-hmm.
And him said the money was come about 115 billion. And the man them don't spend it yet.
Mm-hmm.
So me I say, almost Jamaican. But then when we look at the 3.6, me I say, hold on. But the 3.6 are 572 billion. Jamaican.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So
but remember, them call it even before this massive secured section of the loan, yeah, you know. Remember that amount the way you would have calculate for 500 billion. That is a part of the funds them would have received from the international bilaterals, them, you know. So maybe he's working out. Maybe he might work out other donations that them get.
Yeah, man.
Through government agencies and stuff.
Okay. Yes. He put in donation and them stuff there. Me go back to it and check it.
Alright then, no problem.
Me go back to it and check it. Me go find it.
Alright then, big up yourself, my brother.
Yeah, man. It's in the context of when I say what? 115 billion Jamaican.
Mm-hmm.
The man I take 5 billion and help the people with them house, brother.
My God. Man, say him can't spend wildly. The man say him can't just spend so.
That's not wild because you want the economy to get back up.
Mm-hmm.
So them can't say, me can't agree to that would be wild if it take 5 billion to put people.
No, man, me just a quote what him say, you know.
They don't push this one talk.
Rubbish.
Because look at, if you take the 5 billion, right, and you take care of the elderly women and elderly men, make sure, and disabled people as well. And then also women and children, single mothers that are in that space and them out there in the cool and so, you know, you start them out with some of the money. The rest of the money, you look on the grey back money, man, strong money, man, say, listen, we are going to loan in at 5.5%, you know, 5 to 10 years now. So we're not going to pay way back, but we can't take on the time because we understand, so we have to get back on the feet. I mean, you think the people are more grateful already? Man, can't lend JPS money, but they can't lend the Jamaican people money to get back.
Not at all. Not at all. Them depend on them. Government is not obligated. And that we are going to hear down the line. We are hear it already.
Obligated to JPS though.
Them obligated to JPS.
Yeah, man.
I tell you.
Yeah, man. I tell you, boy. How much them give money again? 75
church.
million for the church then.
Yeah.
Mighty God. And I'm not against the church, but
not at all.
Timing.
Me say them could have split up some of it and help some people. Not saying them could assist some of the churches them, but no, sorry. Can't fix all that church them either way.
Timing, me not like.
And people still homeless, yeah.
Yeah, man, you can't deal with the church now. You have to deal with them people and them mother there and them pick it away and live on it. Oh, the inhumane people that get thrown out of the shelters and you take 75 million. So 75 million that couldn't build a proper shelter. A centralized shelter. We can house all 3,000 people. You tell me say a proper shelter couldn't build with $75 million.
And what of the other, as Clarky says, what of the other aid will come into the country? Me still hear people are link me and say, out of Falmouth Pier, they have the goods them out the same way. What about the other things where them get as donation for issue to the people? I don't understand why them still under tarpaulin.
I don't know. I don't understand. I hear that they got thousands of tents. Thousands. Not hundreds, no. Thousands. So what one of them tent then? What?
So the generators them are for churches them and non-profit organizations.
Man, listen. These guys, no.
I tell you, wicked in our earth.
God have to deal with them. But I'm going to try to find back something there. right now. In Canada.
All right, big up. All right, my brother, respect. All right, so that was Bowler right there. Sean Overcomer, big up yourself. Clarky, much respect. Sis, Christine Gilbert. Michael Jackson. Everton. Joan Bailey, my sister, big up. Rod. All right, so big up to your brother. Happy birthday to Dixon Normos. Coming from your brother, Rod. ABR Massive, I say happy birthday to Dixon Normos. Enjoy your day, more life, more blessings. Alright, so we're talking about the murder rate that they said is down by 42%. But yet still, when we look at real murder rate, Jamaica, according to international statistics, places Jamaica's murder rate to be one of the highest in Latin America and even throughout the Caribbean region. A historical chart suggests that in 2014, for every 36 person, or we could round it off, they said 36.4, but me I said 37. Out of every 100,000, 37 people died in 2014. Fast forward to 2022, 52.9, or should I say 53 out of every 100,000 people dead. In 2023, 61 out of every 100,000. And this is for Jamaica we are talking about, you know. And now in 2024, it is for every 40 out of 100,000 people dead. Out of 100,000, 40 people out of that dies. So when you look on it, when you match it out even in your brain or you match it out on paper, it's not a historic decline as how they make it seem, you know. It's not a historic decline as how you see them and make it seems. Because under his tenure, it continued to climb. But it fell from 61 person now to 40 person per 100,000 people. So what them a boast about then? The increase JCF killing, are that them a boast about? Is that what they're boasting about? But then we are going to run back a little clip in here, so this is from Colin Bell. I want to support the other social media warriors, as I stated. All those who depend the battlefield, I call it. And bringing the truth to you and bringing the real information where they can go research for themselves as well. And as I stated before, one of the JLP activists from the JLP FM did say PJ Patterson is the murder prime minister. But I want to listen to the numbers under a PJ versus the numbers when I quote under this current administration. And want to tell me, based on the numbers, who is the murder prime minister? Hear this.
One served for 9 years, one served for 14 years. Under whose administration more Jamaicans got murdered? Who is the murder prime minister?
We'll also remember you, Mr. Percival, as the murder prime minister. Because it was on your watch that we hit murders 1,000 for the year for the first time and sustained it. 1992, 629 murders. 93, 654 murders. 94, 690. 95, 780. 96, 925. 97 for the first time ever. 1,000, 1,038 for good measure. 98, 953. 99, 849. 2,887. 2001, 1,139. 2002, 1,045. 2003, 970. 76, 2004, 1,471. And as a last lick, Mr. Percival, in 2005, your last full year, 1,674. So in the time you were at the wicket, Mr. Percival, 13,710 Jamaicans murdered in their own country. Private security exploded.
Soon call it back, Bolo. Let me just play this. And remember, I know I want to pay close attention to the time frame. So, PJ Patterson, for the entire time when we quote this 13,000 mash, was for the 14 years. We're talking about 10 years under Anju Holness.
Because everybody are grill up and try to keep possession and limbs and lives safe. On
the same Anju Holness where they promised the people them so they could have sleep with the windows and doors open. Listen.
Your watch, the record will show more Jamaicans lost their lives to the gun and to murder on your watch than everybody else. That's how we will remember you.
So, I just listened to George Davis from Nationwide.
Biggest
Dissing
idiot.
up the legend, most honorable PJ Patterson.
Most honorable, hail the man.
But what I want to address is George Davis referring to PJ Patterson as the murder prime minister.
He made no good, him
And
can't
he gave
check.
some figures and said because of those figures, more people died under PJ Patterson than anybody else. Now, I don't attack George, but I want to call him because I have attack him argument. So, I double check the figures because I don't believe them neither. But the figures look alright. And what he said is that 13,710 people were murdered while PJ Patterson was Prime Minister. Now, one of the things I never tell you, so you have people who can lie by omission. But one of the things that George Davis never tell you is that it's 14 years PJ Patterson was Prime Minister for. So 14 years, 13,710 people died. And he referred to him as the murder Prime Minister. Now listen this. 2016, Anju Holness became Prime Minister in February. 1,354 people died in 2016. 1,647 in 2017. 1,287 in 2018. 1,339 in 2019. 1,323 in 2020. 1,474 2021. 1,498 2022. 1,393 2023. 1,141 2024. That gives you a total of 12,456 in 9 years. Now, how you do the comparison? So to compare Anju Holness 9 years with PJ Patterson 14 years, you have to do an average. So you divide the 13,710 under PJ
By 14.
by 14. And the average comes out at 970.
Less than 1,000.
Each year under PJ Patterson. You do the same thing for Anju Holness. 12,456 divided by 9. And the average comes out at 1,384 people murdered each year under Anju Holness after he promised us to sleep with our doors and our windows open. So George Davis, based on this, may I ask you now, who is the murder prime minister? Who would you refer to as the murder prime minister? The average would tell you that if Anju Holness finished this year, he's going to go to 13,800 and change based on his average. And that is 10 years compared to 14. So, brethren, I know you're a big journalist, former president of the Press Association.
Give me a minute, ABR.
But is it that you have an ulterior motive for disrespecting PJ Patterson? My question to you is, when you look at the figures that I have now presented, and those figures from PJ Patterson, do you stand by what you said? Because I want to suggest that if any prime minister could be referred to as the murder prime minister, then it would have to be this present prime minister, Anju Michael Wilness.
Thank you very much. And remember, I just calculated the average for the 10 years under Anju's belt. 13,145 murders. And the average, when I divided it by the 10, 1,314. So, uno analyze the thing. Who is the murder prime minister? ABR family and viewers, what says you all? Well thinking Jamaicans, I would love to hear from you. I'm about to pin the number here, so I'm going to call you back, Bolo, if you're not busy. But I'm going to pin the number right now in the chat. Want someone to call in and make me your own answer. Hold on the Bolo, me I pin the number first. Yes, Bolo. Talk about the things and you're live.
Yeah, man. In terms of the numbers, Shaka destroyed, when me and Charles Davis.
Yes, man.
You need to come out and apologize to Mr. Remote.
This is where him said, him been a said that up in the ear, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No man won't lie. Because even when he said it, it was deceptive.
Even at that time, definitely.
This year never had to be calculated for us to tell you that is a lie. The first 10 years of Anju Wilness-led administration, over 13,000 people died. What that tell you? It tell you that there's an average of 1,300 persons a year.
Yep.
Mr. PJ Patterson, with those accurate numbers, confirmed to be over 13,000. If you do the maths, 14 years in the day, not powerful.
Yeah.
So 14, that means you're less than 1,000 a year. So there's no comparison. PJ Patterson cannot be labeled as the most murderous prime minister. Will John Davis come now and say that Anju Wilness is the most murderous prime minister?
No, never say that.
Never say it. Because there are some Tutsi. But anyway, we find the audience very sharp.
Play it, man. Go ahead.
The government is awash with cash. In fact, my listeners and viewers, since Hurricane Melissa, the government has collected both in donation, insurance money, borrowed money that we have to pay back. They are now sitting on over 115 billion, I mean billion with a B, $115 billion is at the government disposal, and they have not started spending that money while people down at Westmoreland asleep on a tarpaulin, asleep in a car, asleep in a school, and the government has not spent the money yet.
So, you hear that? So he included money that we borrowed and have to pay back. So I am saying that's why I will have to confirm with him. But that's why my reasoning is 115 billion US.
Oh, so you're thinking it's 115 billion US?
Yes, because if we factor in the money that we're borrowing, it has to be the 3.6 billion US into that. The insurance money them of the 20 million US and all them something. You understand what I say? All of it adding up.
So
They
the
wonder
so the 3.6 billion US. Remember them they are borrowed from before, you know. So me don't know.
Oh, so I probably have some other borrowings going.
Yes, man. Remember them
So
they are
how
borrowed
much
money
money we
before.
get from Criff? How much money we get from Criff?
I want 90 million from Criff. And
90 million.
And them get 150 from the cat bond. Million US. Yeah.
So 90 million US, 150 million US, so that's 250 million US.
And them lend out 150 million US.
No, at least we just have to have over them get.
Mm-hmm.
You see me I say? So when you do the maths for 250 US.
Plus them have other donations.
Plus them have other donations.
The 150 million US are what, 24 billion Jamaican? So that's why me that say me think of Jamaican. Maybe I'm just a think about but
yeah, that's 24 billion Jamaican.
mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I want to confirm with it.
Mm-hmm.
Because even if it's 150 million Jamaican dollars, billion Jamaican dollars, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I am still saying for the interest of the economy, because the people are the ones that drive the economy.
Mm-hmm.
5 billion
People and
of that
production,
would have
yeah.
been concentrated on getting these people back to their life. The most vulnerable, obviously, you just help out the most vulnerable. The persons who have jobs, the farmer them should be targeted as well to get them back off of them feet. However, that is possible, right? So they can start produce, so we can stop import so much. We need to produce more. Importation be like
Production.
too high, brother.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We're not producing anything, so that is stifling the economy.
Definitely.
So that's all I have to say.
So what are they doing to push production? That me want to know?
Yeah, listen, this government, two things I noticed about them when I've been doing my research.
Mm-hmm.
They don't like education and they don't support farmers.
Mm-hmm. True.
That is a staple. And when it comes out to the banking system, the irregularities have always been through the roof when a Jamaican Labour Party government is in power.
Mm-hmm. True.
And those three things can cripple any country. If you're not educating the populace properly, you're not building schools, you're not focusing the tax dollars in improving the education system that is already there. You're having people robbing the education system. Some of them they are court right now. I mean, the agricultural system not getting the push that it deserves. They are not innovative in agriculture. Look how long they've legalized ganja, medical marijuana, and all of those things to produce and earn. You know what?
Prefer give them friend them license and them family them license.
The small man not getting it. They're not afraid of the market there. You feel me? I deal with. And if that market was freed up, you would have seen more millionaires in Jamaica. You understand? You have some very gifted farmers in Jamaica.
Of course.
And if they was to give them the license to farm weed, them just have this touch about them when it comes out to plant. It's like a God-given gift. When them put on, it blessing in a certain way because them hand blessed. You feel me? And them could land past something huge in terms of the type of marijuana that they might grow. And it can be a game changer. Stuff like that can turn normal persons into gazillionaires.
Definitely.
Waiting serious what things, you know.
Remember the best come from West, you know, the best they are yard, you know.
Alright. You feel me I say? And then now, when you talk about export, that can bring in US dollars.
Definitely.
Well needed revenue outside of remittance that we're getting from our wonderful people from the diaspora. You know? The money, alright, so the amount they make off of exports, rather say couldn't even buy fuel. Can you imagine? The amount of money they made off exports, Mr. Ransom said, they couldn't even buy fuel with it.
Yeah, me see the chart, you know, me see the data up to what year, yeah.
Yo.
Importation bill way higher than before.
Yes.
But him say every ghetto youth, when it's convenient to him say every ghetto youth is a star. What am I fight to get to you them?
As I get to you, him turn star now and I become gatekeeper and I lock out the rest of
I lock up. Then I saw the people never say come say. I ain't that.
My God. That's what I said behind me. I heard this love.
Respect, you know, everybody on the support bowler, you know. Bowler Vietnam, you know, all of the other social media warriors. Big up yourself, my brother. Respect and thanks for coming.
Don't be discouraged, you see me? I don't know. I know the feeling, because when I go through it one day, don't be discouraged, yeah?
Not at all.
I mean, even if your video one day when you come back, first video.
Yeah.
Don't be discouraged, man.
For real.
I got on time, man.
That is it. Respect. Definitely. Alright, bless up. So that was Bowler right there. Thanks for the wealth of information there coming from Bowler. But I want to read this comment before I move on. Clarky says the question that we should be asking is, do Jamaicans feel safer now more than ever with this false narrative that murders are done? And that is $1 million question there, Sir Clarky, and much respect for that. And I also want to remember Jamar, I think that's his first name. Jamar Farquharson. That fellow that was killed over there in Cherry. You know? 23 police officers invaded that premises, and the young man proceeded to open the doors with his hands up. But yet still, he was dirtied. We don't hear no argument from this current acting, you know, security personnel, because them say Chang still out and sick. Right? So we not forget that youth there. And we still say condolences to the family, and we still say we want the police officers them to serve and protect. Because we know see a whole heap of good police in the force, and then we have some rogue, wicked demons. You have to wonder what kind of heart them have. Because them are deal with the youths. Them. Not all of the youths them are criminal. And same my county can go for the big man up in the hills, up in the Beverly Hills, and he can walk, go towards the vehicle without a handcuff. Enough time, we know the playbook when they come with shoot out and blah blah blah. Enough time the youth them now shoot and found. And we still say an innocent life loss is grounds for we criticize the law enforcement team. But big up to all those who are serving with the interests of the people and serving and protecting. We now take that from the law-abiding policemen and women. And our heart goes after them. Even when them off duty, them never off duty. Them still have to watch themselves, and them still have to ensure that them protect themselves and them family. So big up to them police officers there. And to all of my police brethren them were left out of the force because them see the whole heap of corruption were rife in it. Big up on yourself. Them serve and them serve well, and them lift up when them lift up. Somebody chat to 13 for me there. He said Jamaica is safer now. So he said Jamaica is safer now. But anybody else wants to chime in, call the number that is pinned at the chat. 954-288-6467. WhatsApp call only. Big up yourself, Mrs. Cooking with Elaine. Much respect. Thanks for the continued support from each and every one. So 30 here is asking, you know, what about the youths that are killing babies? I want to see you initiate a protest because you come to our platform. You come to my platform making it seem as if I'm endorsing criminal. Go look up my name now, brother. Go look up my reputation. We not thief, we not rape. We not kill, we not criminal. So when you talk about the youths and we are kill babies, like say we are endorse and we are support youths, we are kill babies. We still not support the Prime Minister saying meet them judge or meet them maker. Him and a God. We still not support a minister will say shoot and then you ask questions later. We still not support that. So when you come here and ask me about the youths and we are kill babies, we want you initiate a protest and stop come on people platform to come try and twist the narrative and behave like so the shallow minded more than anybody else. And like so the brain not work. All for support a color. We are talking about the youths and we are dead innocently, we are dirtied innocently. That's what we are talking about. So when you're ready to talk that conversation there, you come chat to me. We don't support no criminals around here, so no criminal activity we don't support around here, so. So with that being said, ABR family and viewers, for those who want to support the platform and becoming a member, you can feel free to do so. Only a small fee per month to be a member of the ABR movement. You could, form of donating to the channel each month. You can click on the channel name itself, go up on the home page of the channel and you see the join button, or if you're watching any other videos, you might see the join button with the star beside it come up. So you get a whole heap of benefits in becoming a member. You get your badges beside your name, and what I did now is to customize my own, so I put the ABR logo beside all of the members them, right? We are 36,000 and counting subscribers strong, and would I really love to reach at least 500 or 1,000 members on the platform. We truly support the ABR movement and the work with ABR News TV are put in. A whole heap of research we do behind the scenes. We can't stress that enough, and we have a whole heap of people who are on the ground. We give away legit information and we do a research too in the same breath. Because anybody can call and tell we this and that and we run with it. Because we are not fool boy, yeah. Because we see when you talk up, them love to run come talk about lawsuit and lawsuit. So support the other social media warriors, as I say. Remember, say the renegade, them man they on the battlefield long time. We are talking about Wayne Lonesome, we are talking about the Padaja TV, we are talking about the other social media warriors, them, the Aromatic, the Mystic Sensation, the bowl of them. Right? Jamaica Speaks. Whole heap of other platform, Talk Your Mind, Hot Topic. We are talking about JC, man like Jamaican Carlos. Right? We don't know all of them. So you can feel free to drop them in the chat as I'm speaking now. Anybody else wants to chime in, because I'm about to jump off of the live. We have something to go sort out on the road for my little daughter. So thanks to each and everyone who have been on the platform. For those who donate to the platform of the year, much respect, thanks in advance. And thanks for all those who support the platform in whatever way they want to. Stay safe as we close out 2025 chapter. We're heading into 2026 and we are going there with a positive mindset. And we are going there with no other than the Almighty. Because from our purpose not fulfilled, no guy or no girl can move with. And no guy or no girl can stop with. You understand? So we are going to watch a ride, because we're still keeping our eyes on this turn of events as it relates to SSL. We still watch even the current administration. And we're there keeping our ears on the ground and our eyes open. Where the renegade said, the eagle and near them. Want to big up all the true Rastas them will support the platform too, One major daps, respect, always goes out to man like you. Skanker, The whole entire Rastafarian community will support the ABR News TV. Love and honor, respect. We now stop. Remember that the word is and will always be love. Heart of love every time. Big up on yourself, much respect. Stay tuned. As we say, we are going at 2026. Bigger and better. One love. Dave Fagan, much respect. Sean Overcomer, big up yourself. Stay tuned. Miss Winnie, big up yourself. Ed Boy, the whole team will support ABR News TV. Much respect. Want to stay safe. Happy New Year when it comes, because we are come back, Bigger and better. One love.